Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend?
Sipping my coffee here because I need the energy.
I hear you. We're on the same page. I already
Mhm.
had my proffee. I love that proffee.
The
Have you
fuck is
heard that?
coffee?
Protein coffee.
How does it taste?
It's with protein milk. So same thing as iced
Protein
coffee.
milk?
Protein milk with coffee.
Where do I get protein milk? Do I need to add a powder to that or
No,
something?
well, you can if you want to add extra, but
Mm-hmm.
Fairlife is protein milk.
I didn't know this. I like Fairlife.
I love Fairlife. Add it to your coffee and you have a proffee.
I
Duh.
like it. I like it.
Yes, it's a millennial thing.
I love it. Well,
yeah.
girl, you're not there, okay?
I know,
All right, just letting you know.
I know, not anymore.
Yeah,
So
no.
sad.
How
It's
old are
okay.
you again? How old are you?
50.
Okay, so yeah, no, nowhere
Yes.
near that.
My children are millennials.
Stop acting like you're a millennial.
I get so confused with all these, like the Gen Z and the this.
Can you believe I'm a fucking millennial?
You are a millennial?
I am.
When does it end?
I don't fucking know because I don't even think I belong in that because I am nothing like a millennial.
No, you're definitely not.
You're
am.
Nothing. I'm like
you're far from a fucking millennial, actually.
Yeah, but I am, and I'm like I don't know where I feel so lost where I fit in.
I know. Yeah.
Anyways,
you're straddling. You're straddling.
I'm somewhere. Who wants to pick me up? I don't know. Like what generation do I belong to?
Where do we belong?
Topic of today. So when Nikki arrives here, I'm like, okay, Nikki, what are we going to talk about? And I'm always hoping that she's going to give me something like very, very, very juicy where I'm like
saucy.
Like I'm like, I can't fucking talk about that, But this one is quite interesting too because I have experience on this. So it is having sex and dating someone who's either older, way older than you, or someone younger than you. And Correct. How do we make that work? Or, how is it
How did it work? How do we make it work?
How do we make it work?
Our thoughts about it.
Yeah. Or did it even last that long or whatever the case may be?
Yep.
So who do you want me to start? Do you want to
start? Yes, go ahead.
All right. So me. So I have experience with this. I have been in relationships with older people. As a matter of fact, I always date older individuals. I mean, heck, Sergio's turning 52 this year?
Yeah.
And I'm 38.
So he's 14?
13 years older than I am. But I've dated them older than that as well, and all of my life I've dated older people because I feel like I have a better connection with them in reference to relationships, experience, in reference to family, in reference to sex, understanding. And
I think your maturity level is also higher because I remember when I met you was at Eric's house.
I was fucking pregnant too.
But you didn't tell me you were pregnant. I didn't know you were pregnant.
Everybody knew I was pregnant already.
From the beginning?
Yeah, of course. You did it during COVID. I was already pregnant. Everybody knew.
I can't remember.
Of course.
Okay. Anyway, you were 32 years old.
Something like that.
I was like, oh my God, she's a child, like thinking to myself compared to Sergio, because I knew how old Sergio was. So
yes.
Why are you so young? Why are you with this old man? Right?
Yeah, I know.
So then, of course, after I met you and I got to know you, then I was like, duh, this is why,
No, we have a great balance.
You're very, you're a wiser person. You're just more mature. I think the way you, the way you project yourself, the way you speak.
Nikki, nobody fucking cares about that, Nikki. You know
Shut
what
up,
they care
bro.
about?
I'm fucking giving you props.
They care about how is the sex with old fucking farts.
Old farts.
Old farts. Or how is the sex with young people.
Okay, go, because I got to get to mine because mine is juicy. Go.
Okay. So the sex with the older gentlemen and older women as well. I liked it. Like, I've never had a problem with having sex with older men. I mean, they didn't have an erectile dysfunction problem or anything like that. It worked. They were very passionate. And what I realized is that it's not about speed with them. It was more about
take their time
and passion. And it was more about me, right? So, and that was something that I really enjoyed when dating older people, that they made it all about me, pleasing me. And there was just such an open communication with that. And I appreciated that very much. I've had sex with younger people. Oh my God. There was an experience with somebody younger, another girl, and I can't even talk about it, but it's just not the same for me. I have a thing for older people.
Well, the younger they are, the more selfish they are.
So they're just like, even the way you fucking fuck, like it's different.
Like in a rush.
Like in a rush, or like a rabbit. Like, I don't fucking need that. Like, I like, deep stuff.
Well, that's because
it's just different.
But that's because of the way that you are. Because there are people that are your age and even older, and they're still like, fuck me, get over it, rabbits. It's because you are more sensual.
Don't get me wrong. I like quickies.
No, there's nothing wrong with a quickie.
But it's just different. You can do a quickie very differently.
Correct. Right. It has to have a meaning.
Yes.
At the end, it has to have a meaning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I just don't like it. And then I don't like I like mature looking people. Mm-hmm. When I was with a woman my ex-fiance for about 10 years, she was older than I was, way older. I think probably like 30 years of a difference or so. And I was with this individual for 10 years, and the sex was great. You would think that, somebody who's older is either not good enough anymore in bed, or not passionate, tired, can't keep on going, it's not going to be spontaneous. And it was nothing like that.
But then again, you had this relationship, you were in your 20s.
Yes.
Yeah. She was in her 50s or early 50s or late 40s or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah. She was kind of in her peak, remember? So you were young, but she was more towards like her peak. Because
is that the
kind
peak?
of peak? I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I think obviously teenagers forget, they don't even know what the fuck they're doing. When you're in your 20s, I think you feel that you know everything, mm-hmm. and you don't know shit.
Correct.
Because I think the sex in my 20s was honestly the worst sex I've had in my life, honestly. I got pregnant during
for me, because I dated the older people.
Right. Well, my ex-husband was 9 years older than me, so I was with somebody older, but still, I was not in tune with myself or in tune with my body at that point in my life. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to take your spotlight, but I wanted to point out that I do feel that, and I don't know, I think it's been written even by, sex doctors and all this stuff and things that I've read and heard. I know that women have better sex in their 30s and 40s.
Yes.
So, and I concur, right, with that mm-hmm, whole, mm-hmm. Quote mm-hmm. or statement, I guess, mm-hmm. that it is definitely better. I think you're just more open to exploring. You're more open to adventure. And I think that you're just more in tune with your body, honestly.
It's true. Yeah. You know yourself more. You know your body more.
Right.
And it's easier for you to identify what you don't want and what doesn't make you feel comfortable, if I'm making any sense, right? And I think that's important. And that happens when you are older. Because when you're younger, the only thing that you're looking for is climax, right?
Of course.
That's it.
Of course.
And once you're there, you're done. And then you realize that when you're older, certain parts of your body
want that part to last.
Yes. Yeah, it's
exactly.
just so different.
Yeah.
So I love the idea of having an age difference, because they teach you so many different things. Mm-hmm. Or I used to teach them different things. Like Sergio and I, we're completely different people.
Right.
Like I told Sergio, you can always mold me into what you would wanted me to become. Mm-hmm. I cannot mold you anymore. You are set in your ways, and now I have to find ways how I'm going to adapt to certain things, right? Because it is more difficult to change you.
Absolutely.
And it's not just because you're a guy or whatever. It's also an age thing as well.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it. I enjoy the type of relationship. I enjoy the communication. I enjoy being able to sit with someone and just be able to talk about anything and everything, and even topics that I don't know much about. Mm-hmm. That to me turns me on, and I think that's why I enjoy the relationships with older people, because
you learn.
I learn, and mm-hmm. if you teach me something, I'm turned on.
Yeah.
The way I met my ex was we were talking about psychology and therapists and prostitutes and church. And just the intellect of that conversation was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And I feel that if I was to date someone my own age or even younger, that there's no substance in that relationship. And then I have to be the person. I can't do that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah. So you have to be the one at that point. You have to be the one with the knowledge.
No. It's not me.
Yeah.
It's not me. Maybe later on when I'm older, then, and Sergio is, not here anymore, mm-hmm. then I'll be like, okay, well,
I can instruct. I can give advice.
I can teach you how to do this.
Yeah. I've been there around the block quite a few times.
Yes.
So let's do this.
So the young ones.
So the young one, after my divorce,
Yeah.
I, met and was with a few people.
Mm-hmm.
One of them of which was a young kid that I coincidentally met when he was like about 12 years old,
Mm-hmm.
12 or 13 maybe. So this is actually very disturbing when I'm saying it, because when I first met him, he was a child and I
Okay.
was a young adult. I was in my 20s. But here
Okay.
I am, I run into him in my 30s, and now he's in his 20s,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So the kid comes out, he comes up to me at a club and he's like, "Oh, you know that I had a crush on you ever since I was a little
Mm-hmm.
kid." And I'm like, "Oh my God, no way." He's like, "Yeah, or whatever." So we start talking, and this, night, of course, involving alcohol, lots
Mm-hmm.
of it,
Yes.
turns into, okay, let's make out. And then
Mm-hmm.
that turned into, I thought it was going to be just a one night stand,
Mm-hmm.
but we ended up, staying together for a period of time. I don't know, maybe 2-3 months. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember, honestly. I
Mm-hmm.
can't. But it was actually very, very interesting to have this little 2 to 3 month fling with this kid. Super sweet kid. I just do 100% now agree with what you were just saying. It was fun. The sex was amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved being the cougar, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
the milf. That was very flattering. It was just fun. It was fun, and he was great. And
Yeah.
whatever I wanted to do, of course, I was up on a pedestal the entire time. But of course, the intellect just wasn't there. And it's not that he was stupid or dumb. It's
Yeah.
just
No.
it was just the experience, and the when we would go out in public, the way that he, kind of like everything, the way he moved around people, the way he spoke and everything. I was just like, oh yeah, this is not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. We can kind of like just
The
kind of
sex
like
is
put a
good,
little,
so
yeah, we'll just kind of put a little, lid on it for a couple hours, and then
Yeah.
just get
Yeah.
back to the
Yeah. Yeah.
house, and do what we do best, right?
Mm-hmm.
But definitely I think that it was a joy. Can I fully engage with something like that? I don't think
Mm-hmm.
I could.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I would probably get bored, of not being able to have that relationship be challenging enough for me,
Mm-hmm.
right? So and I, unfortunately, sex is a huge part of a relationship. It really, really is, but it's not everything. So I don't think it is.
No. No. No.
Yeah,
It's not.
it's
It's
not.
not.
So where people are like, that's all, that's it, and it's not really
It's not
it.
true.
There's so many
Yeah.
moving parts to a
Yeah.
relationship. So it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
With someone older, I was I have been a couple times, I guess, throughout my life with some. I mean, starting with my ex-husband that was 9 years older than me,
Yeah.
but like way older. Like, have I been with like someone that's 20 years older than me? I've never had that experience. I think the
Yeah.
oldest, probably, I don't know, maybe 12 years older. And I was too young for it to be an older person that could, that I could say, oh, he got tired too quick, or it wasn't good,
Yeah.
or it wasn't good enough. Or I think it was just I did it early enough in my life where that age
It wasn't an
difference
effect.
didn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. It didn't
That age
matter.
difference didn't matter. But do I think it is a lesson? Is it enjoyable? Is it? I guess it all has both ways, has its pros and its cons, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that all of those experiences at the end of the day, they just make us, either they make us better, they make us wiser, and they kind of we toot our own horns.
Or you would be like, holy shit, I was so fucking stupid.
Exactly.
Right? One of
Exactly.
those
It's going to go
things.
both ways. It's
Yeah.
like, it was great. And it was, amazing. I had the fucking baton, or,
Yeah.
what the fuck was I thinking,
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's kind of like both things. And I do feel that, kind of going back to one of our other podcasts that we talked about with different partners, we get these experiences, and it just kind of gives us like another stripe. If we were zebras, right? It gives us another stripe of who we are and who we have built ourselves to be, right?
Yes, 100%.
Whether it's good, bad, or
Mhm.
ugly, at the end of the day, we are who we are. I have this taboo, like, regret what you don't regret what you do. That's
Mhm.
just me.
I think everything is a learning lesson, though.
I think everything you do teaches you something. And it's funny because I've always said, like in my 20s, I would always say, if things pose themselves to me, I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if sometimes I feel that what that is wrong,
Mhm.
and maybe I shouldn't, or I second guess myself, I do it anyway, because I don't want to think back and say, fuck, I should have done that. right? And I also, when I have done something that I've felt bad that I did, I'm like, do I fully say that I regret I did that? I don't fully regret it. I feel
Mm-hmm.
that gave me the power to know and learn better from that event, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I try not to regret what I've done, and just learn from all the experiences that we have, but yeah, it's a very interesting pod or step in our life, that it takes us to different places. I think that it gives us this knowledge of even self, and to be able to share these experiences with other people, like we do with our ladies that
Mm-hmm.
listen, and
And
men, whoever
gentlemen.
has balls
Yes.
enough to listen. um, I think men are like, after like 5 minutes into our podcast, sometimes
Listen,
they're like,
I
let's
don't
take
even
let's take
know.
this episode off.
I don't know why some people like they don't want to listen to my podcast, like our podcast. Like they're
I
scared, and
think a
I'm
lot of
like,
people that we know that are close to us, they don't want to listen because they're afraid of what they're going to
and I'm
hear.
like, why are you scared?
Yeah.
Because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, right? I am who I am. It doesn't change
Yeah, but the
anything.
thing is that we don't talk like me. We don't talk about, there's very, very few people in
Yeah.
my life that know the things that I've done that we
we
talk about
discuss,
on this
yes.
on this podcast. And it's okay, because at the end, it's my life.
Correct.
They've been my choices,
Correct.
my episodes in my
I think
life.
that they don't want to listen to because they know that there's going to be part of a judgment in them when it comes to us, and their perception of us, that they don't want that to change.
Of course, and I respect it.
I do.
I respect it.
I find it to be a little boring, but I'm like,
yeah. Well, I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah.
I feel that there are some people that I'm kind of glad that they don't listen.
Although I do think that there are some people who listen and they tell us that they don't.
Yeah. They're secretly obsessed.
I think so.
Yeah. It's okay.
So yeah, I do. I
But
have
it's
a
okay.
feeling that there are people who listen to it, and I'm like, you could just say,
there's nothing wrong with that.
There's
We need to
nothing
get our
wrong with it.
subscriptions up on YouTube. Really, our YouTube
Okay,
subscriptions.
so are we getting
need to-
Willie to help?
Yes, Willie's
Okay.
gonna help.
Just get Willie to help.
Yeah.
We have their channel. The thing gets uploaded to our channel, right?
Yeah.
To the YouTube channel. So
Yeah.
I do that. The problem is that we need to be on top of YouTube, and we need to do the cam, the
we
webcam.
need to
And
do the cam,
I
'cause
realized
know
I have a
people wanna see
webcam
it.
here.
Yes, well,
I
you
have
bought
it.
one at the beginning, and
You
we
did.
never used
I never
it.
returned it.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Okay,
So
we
we're
need
gonna
to
use it, and now I need a stick. So we
Okay.
figured out we need the stick.
Okay, we need a stick.
Okay.
I think I have a stick at the house, and I have a light.
Okay.
Okay.
And I have another
We have
microphone,
stuff.
and I need to find another microphone because we're going to be
We're
recording.
gonna do our event on the 15th, right?
Yes, the recording March. It's not going to be the 15th. No,
No?
because I have St. Patty's Day celebration. Guys, we're going off topic, but it's okay because
It's okay
this is
because
how
it's
it
us.
is.
Yes. And she's wearing green today, by the way.
Yeah, St. Patty's Day.
I was gonna do green, I did blue.
And we have to do recording. So, guys, we're actually working on something where I got approached by somebody, and they want us to go to their business to do the podcast there and talk amongst other women and things like that, because they have a story to tell and they want to share it. And I'm like, of course.
For them, I think we should use the big mic and just kind of move that one around. As long as we can connect it to our system. We have to play around with that.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
William said that. But I cannot, who's really good with that mic? Let's ask Mike also, because Mike has the whole studio set up at American Bankers now. Yeah. So I want to ask him.
You ask him that.
Yeah, I'll ask him and I'll tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there everybody can talk and everybody can be heard.
So listen, I'm going back and I'm trying to think of, have I ever had like somebody, like a relationship with somebody younger? Mm-hmm. And I never have. No. And even when I do my own party stuff and things like that, everybody is older all the time. Like everyone is I just attract that. I like it. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking about it because as we're talking about and going off, I'm thinking in my head, did I ever have a relationship with someone younger? I mean, I had an adventure one time that it was just sex, and it happened one time. Mm-hmm. And after that, I was like, shit, I'm going to jail after this now, right? Right. So I was like, holy fuckaroo. But it's okay, no judgment. And it's crazy. Yeah. I do attract during that time in my life. I did attract mostly younger guys. Yeah. But then again, I was in my early 30s and I looked great. I did. I think I looked better. You look great now too, Nick. I know. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying. I'm working on it. But no, I looked great compared to like before. I had the twins at 25. I looked like a hot fucking mess. Yeah. So I think I blossomed into something different in my 30s. I'm telling you, it was just,
And I looked better. I was healthier, and more in tune with myself and my body. I was very sexual. Yeah. So during that time, it was a good time in my life.
Hey, talking about good time. Did we speak after my event?
Your party? Nope.
No.
We
It
never
was
did.
fun.
Yeah, I
It was
know. Well,
so
you sent me the
fun.
video, so I saw your little
Yes.
clips
It was,
there.
listen, let me tell you something. I have such a fucking crush on my midwife.
Oh
Like, it's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
I find it
I've
to
seen
be,
pictures of her. She's hot.
she's fucking hot.
She's hot. She has a beautiful body. I'm just not when it comes to my girls.
Yeah.
The girls that I'm attracted to.
Don't
She's
tell me
not
that you don't
my
like
type.
blondes.
No,
Oh.
I just don't like. She's very like the muscular type.
Yes.
Like that. I don't like that.
So
type.
I don't like that
Yeah.
either that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I need it to be very feminine as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah.
But I find it to be very sexy. I find her to be a beautiful person, inside and out, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
But her party was just amazing.
That's awesome.
We saw a lot of other common friends that we may have in the business.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. And it was just an adult party, nothing sexual or nothing like that. Just
Right.
the theme was
that,
correct.
the whole
But
sexy
it was
S&M bondage,
yeah,
whatever.
It was super cool. It was super cool seeing some people that I haven't seen in a while from the business, and interacting with new people, seeing the outfits. I loved my outfit. I was so happy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Nani came and did my makeup for me. She's the best. And it was just great. Great
That's
drinks, great food, great ambiance. The
That's
pool
awesome.
there, we did pictures, and it was just so fun.
Yeah.
Afterwards, Sergio and I, we went on our own, and we just had a good time. We needed that adult time.
Yeah. You do need
I
that every once
definitely
in a
needed.
while.
I got home like around 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Yes.
Did you go to a strip club?
Girl, there is no way that I am spending money on seeing somebody else.
Girl, girls don't pay to get in. The men pay $25
Yes,
now.
but no,
what?
because Sergio needs lap dances all the time. So yes. When we go, do you know how
can't
much
just watch?
money?
He can't just watch?
No, he likes the private room lap dances. Y tú sabes lo que eso cuesta cada rato.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
No,
baby. It's
and
not
then I
into
leave
the
out of
private
there,
room
and then
thing.
I leave there, and I'm horny as fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, shit.
Yeah.
And it's like I can't take one of them home, except one time I was making out with this fucking stripper, Cuban fucking stripper.
Oh God, the Cuban ones. Ugh, those are bad.
They're so addicting.
They're very addicting.
Like, I'm like, holy shit.
Yep.
And where was I?
Why have we not talked about the whole stripper joint place that we've been and the people? What, we have not talked about this.
We haven't?
I don't think so.
No, we'll talk about it.
Okay, we'll go into that. Maybe next
week,
guys.
We went to a sex club. That's where we went.
A sex who?
Sex club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we were there, and we weren't there for a long time, but we were there, and it was pretty cool and fun. And that's it. But it's been a while since I've been to a strip club. Because I think that rather than go to a strip club,
it's been a while that I've been also.
I rather go either to a private party or something like that, or
Yeah.
Because I leave there hungry.
Yeah.
I leave there horny.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, what could have been?
It doesn't matter. The horny can be resolved. I mean, you can come home and have sex. I mean,
with Sergio, yes.
Right.
But I may want the sex with the stripper.
Oh, that's a problem.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
When you go to a sex club and you see other people there, you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Sergio's going to kill me.
Why?
That I'm talking about all of this on our podcast. It doesn't matter. They don't listen to it.
They don't listen to it. Baby, it definitely doesn't. It will never. Doesn't understand, first of all. Let's start there. But
they don't listen to it. It's okay.
It's okay. It's all good. This is our sanctuary. I can't.
No judgment, guys. No judgment.
All right. Well, on that note, we're now, we went into that. We went down, almost went down that rabbit hole, but we can talk about strip clubs next week.
Yeah. No. I love them.
And our experiences in strip clubs.
I love them.
Yeah.
And for me, like, the ratchier, the better. Like, I'm like, I need like big booty, making it clap, Cuban girls, Hispanic
so we got a booby
girls.
trap in Hialeah.
Yeah, no, that's where, but he took me to this place off of Okeechobee. Era como una casita pink.
Oh, yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I know
and
exactly where that's at.
These girls, they would dance shitty dance, and then they would come around collecting money.
Yeah.
And then in front of them, I'm like, I'm telling Sergio, don't give them anything.
Exactly.
Like, I'm like, No, like if they
Yeah,
want
some of
their
them don't deserve it.
if
Yeah,
they
at
want their
all.
money, they need to do a
They
better
need to make
dance.
it work.
They
Need
do.
to work for that shit.
And I'm not judging what you do because Lord knows if I was skinny, I would probably be a stripper, an escort, or something, making lots of money, right? Or
Of
a porn
course.
star.
Of course.
This is why he made me chubby, and he's like, "No, girl, you're
You
gonna
need
be.
to relax.
You need to relax.
You need to relax. Girl.
You need to
gonna
become a
be
realtor
you're gonna be a realtor and a mama. How
and a
about
mama.
that?
There
That's
you
it.
go,
That's
drinking,
it.
sipping coffee,
Sipping coffee.
No? Coffee.
Talking
So,
about profit.
That's yeah. We'll talk about strip clubs.
Yes,
and our
we'll talk about
experience.
we'll get saucy next week. Next week,
Yeah,
guys.
I like that. That's a great.
All right,
topic.
guys. Well, love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right. Bye.
Bye.